Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. The director of Chilliwack Pride will be running for school trustee. Pre-campaign rules for the municipal elections have kicked in. Temperatures are now soaring into the 30s, and that has wildfire watchers on edge. As well, the Huskers start to play for real as the 2022 season starts on Saturday. Josh will have more on sports. Our special guests this week include Matt Paisley, who's back with your Chilliwack real estate update. Welcome, Matt. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. And our top story. Terry Westerby announcing that he will be running for Chilliwack School Trustee. Among other things, Terry is the president and one of the founding members of the Chilliwack Pride Society and a facilitator of the Gender Support Network. chillTV is hoping to have Westerby in for a quick Q&A sometime next week. And again, Terry Westerby will be running in the October 15th vote. The pre-campaign period for the 2022 general local elections has begun. The pre-campaign period goes until September the 16th. Election advertising rules come into effect with the start of this campaign period, the pre-campaign period. This is where it gets a little wordy. Election advertising rules are also in effect until the actual period ends in October on the 15th. Election BC administers campaign financing and advertising rules in local elections, but does not administer the voting, the candidate nominations, or other aspects of the process. Elector organizations, prospective candidates, and third parties that sponsor election advertising during the pre-campaign or the campaign period must include their name and contact information on all of their ads, in addition to other requirements. Third-party election advertisers have to register with Elections BC. To no one's surprise, BC Attorney General David Eby confirming he will run for the NDP leadership and eventually try to become the premier of the province to replace the outgoing John Horgan. Health reasons are forcing Horgan to step back as premier. He will not run for re-election in 2024. Both Chilliwack MLAs Kelly Padden and Dan Coulter have thrown their support behind Eby. With the wildfire season well underway, the hot summer weather is here. Burning restrictions are now in effect. While small campfires are still allowed for the time being, fireworks and open burning are now prohibited in many parts of the province. That includes the Fraser Valley. Also, the call for drone operators to keep their toys away from firefighters working in the bush. If drones are in the way, the planes with their fire retardant simply cannot fly for safety reasons. Shway Village, which is just west of Townsend Park in Chilliwack, as well as the province of BC, have entered into an operational agreement that supports cannabis economic development. It's Section 119 of the Cannabis Control and Licensing Act. It authorizes the province to enter into agreements with Indigenous nations. The provision provides flexibility to enable both governments to achieve objectives to regulated cannabis. Board of Directors for Ruth and Naomi's Mission announcing the appointment of Reverend Joseph Pinner to the position of Executive Director following a comprehensive recruitment process. And Pinner is expected to take the job in August. The Cascade Skyline Gondola project announcing that the team at Doppelmayr, the world's leading manufacturer of cable cars and ski lifts, have been given the go-ahead by their board of directors for a financing package totaling more than $29 million for financing. Now, while this is a significant step forward for the entire project, there are a number of political hurdles to go through, let alone the regulatory process. The project has been endorsed by Chilliwack and Agassiz councils, as well as local First Nations. City of Chilliwack has put out the invite to the Chilliwack Walks Challenge. So you go for a walk every week until the end of August. You submit a photo of your walk to enter to win some prizes. Chilliwack Walks is part of the Chilliwack Active for Life initiative, which is a partnership between the City of Chilliwack, the Chilliwack YMCA, and Recreation Excellence. Now, the two major car shows on this weekend. The weather's going to be perfect for them. Bring the sunscreen, though. The Agassiz Lions Car Show and the O'Connor Car Show. They're both on Sunday. The Agassiz Show takes over Pioneer Avenue, while the O'Connor Show will take over the regular car lot in Chilliwack on Yale. Chilliwack Museum has unveiled a first-of-its-kind show in Canada called Where Are the Children? It focuses on residential schools using archival photographs and documents to tell the story of the system using a more traditional museum-style format. The content is presented on text panels, and the images are in framed photographs. Now, there is a warning that this could trigger some strong emotional responses for those who were in residential school systems and want to check this thing out. The show has received praise, though, for its accuracy. On Saturday, August the 27th, a celebration of sobriety and recovery takes place at the Chilliwack Club. It's the 40th anniversary in recognition of the current location on Victoria between Nowell and Yonge. The actual society goes back to the late 1940s and the early 1950s. The Alano Board of Directors are going to be hosting a pig roast. That's open to the public. It'll be an all-day event, dinner at 4, with a cost of $5 for adults, and kids under the age of 7, they get to eat for free. Also include lots of kids' events and a silent auction. After the break, we'll have Matt Paisley and the Welcome Mat, and then Josh with sports.
Last week, the Bank of Canada announced a supersized 1% increase to the overnight lending rate in an effort to battle the rising cost of inflation. The overnight lending rate directly affects the value of the prime rate, which all mortgages are based on. So what does this mean for homeowners and home buyers in the future? First, if you have a fixed rate that still has term left on it, there is no need for concern. Keep monitoring rates, and when it's time to renew, talk to your lender to see what product best suits your financial position. If you have a variable rate mortgage and you're still holding from the sub 2% lows of 2021, then you can expect to see variable rates closer to 4%. This increase could see payments jump approximately $77 per $100,000 borrowed. So what does this mean for home prices locally? At the end of February 2022, the Bank of Canada's overnight rate was a 0.25 percentage point, and the average price of a single-family home was $1,118,000. Since then, the overnight lending rate has increased to 2.5%. This increased cost to borrow should have dropped the average price of a single-family home by about 5% to $1,060,000. Instead, the new average price of a Chilliwack single-family home in June was $955,000, a 15% drop since the highs of February. This comparison suggests that something other than monetary policy is causing home price reductions. If interest rate changes were the sole driving force behind home pricing, then we would still be seeing average home pricing well above $1 million. The drop in pricing is more of a representation of consumer confidence rather than monetary policy alone. Until consumers regain confidence in the economy and financial policy, we will most likely continue to see home prices drop. However, when the rebound comes, and it will, we will see home prices return to a number that is better reflected by what interest rates indicate they should be. Now for some good news. Not too long ago, buying a home was more like a full contact sport filled with high stress and high risk competition, rather than a pleasant and enjoyable shopping experience. Gone are the days of multiple offers and overpaying for a home that you weren't quite sold on. There is more inventory and less competition. Yes, interest rates are up, but prices are down. And sellers are more motivated than ever to work with you to get a deal that suits your needs. Now is a great time to upsize, downsize, or make that sideways move to a neighborhood that you've always wanted to live in. That's all for today, folks. And don't forget, if you or someone you know is looking for any real estate help in the future, don't hesitate to call. I'm never too busy for your referrals. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
So when I come to do sports, here's like the inside baseball. I come from work, I go home, I shave, and I put on a suit, and I come in and I do sports. Now today, well, actually last week, I finished this exact routine, and my razor goes, we're out of battery. You should really charge us. And what do? Well, I plug it in, obviously. Wrong. I put it to the side and immediately forget until this week when I come home from work to shave and realize my razor is out of battery. So hence the, little bit of, whatever this is, peach fuzz, it's not, I don't know. Does it look good? I don't think it looks good, but you're going to have to put up with it. You don't really have a choice at this point. I'm here and we're doing this. Let's jump into sports for the day. We're going to actually begin with the sexual assault trial of former Vancouver Canuck and Abbotsford resident Jake Virtanen, which started Monday in Vancouver court. 25-year-old was charged with 1 count of sexual assault in January, following a police investigation into an incident that took place September 26th of 2017, when Virtanen was playing for the Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver police launched an investigation in May of 2021 after a 23-year-old woman filed a complaint. The trial is expected to wrap up next week, and if you want to follow along with some of the proceedings, I'd suggest checking out Sarah McDonald on Twitter. She's doing regular live updates on the trial's proceedings. Let's go to football with the Valley Huskers BCFC season starting this Saturday, July the 23rd. The team is actually still looking for billets for some of their players, so if you're interested, please reach out regarding that. The Huskers start their season against the expansion Prince George Kodiaks at Exhibition Stadium here in Chilliwack at 7 p.m. on Saturday night. TELUS actually has an agreement to broadcast the game this week, starting with the Huskers this weekend. So if you have TELUS satellite, it's channel 1999. Sticking with football, Sardis Football's junior and varsity programs, have announced their schedules, and you can actually find a copy of all of that information on their social media. Let's go to swimming. Been a long time since we talked swimming on the show. The Chilliwack Spartans Swim Club placed 12th out of 35 teams at the recent provincial championships at the UBC Aquatic Center. 12th out of 35 is that's in the top half, so that's very, very good. And considering there were 575 swimmers from across the province at the provincials, that's a great job by the team, so congrats to them. All the results are on Spartan's social media. The Chilliwack Chiefs announced the signing of 2004-born forward Dylan Kinch. The 17-year-old Calgary product is coming off a stellar season with the Edge School U18 prep program. In just 36 games, the 5'11 forward netted 31 goals and 29 assists for a total of, how's your mental math? 60 points. See, I knew that because I'm reading from the teleprompter, so it was easy for me. Did you know it? We're going to stick with hockey here. Chilliwack Jets have also announced a signing. Troy Edwards has committed to play for them next season. Troy previously played for the Fraser Valley Thunderbirds U17 prep team, and while playing in 36 games, produced 3 goals and 10 assists and 8 penalty minutes, just for good measure. Agassiz Speedway has long been involved in sponsorship and partnership with the Chilliwack grad celebration costs. The 2023 grad program does their fundraising through concessions at the track, and more information can be found through Barb at the Agassiz Speedway Facebook page. All right, after the break, Don's got the weather. Don, is summer here yet? My drive-in would indicate it is, but please confirm. Have a great week, everyone.
chillTV weather, it's not the heat dome from last year, but we are now into a period of 10 days with a run of temperatures over 30 degrees each and every day. We may hit 38. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.